Hey everyone. Today we're going to solve one of life's great mysteries, how the economy actually works. I'm going to show you that beneath all the complexity lies an elegant mechanical system that anyone can understand. Think of the economy not as a mysterious force, but as a machine made of simple, moving parts. And these parts are driven by a powerful force, human nature. Our innate desires to spend, to grow, and to improve our lives set the entire system in motion. At its absolute core, the economy is just the sum of all the transactions happening every second. Every time you buy coffee, invest in stocks, or a business buys equipment, that's a transaction. The buyer uses money or credit, and the seller provides goods, services, or assets. When you add up all this spending and divide it by the quantity of things sold, you get the price level. It's that simple. But here's where it gets interesting. The most powerful component isn't money, it's credit. Credit is the lifeblood of the modern economy. When you take out a loan, you're not just spending money you have, you're spending future money today. You're creating a cycle for yourself. You promise to consume less in the future to pay for more consumption today. This act of borrowing creates a powerful, self-reinforcing loop. When you spend that credit, someone else earns that money as income. That person, now with higher income, looks more creditworthy and can borrow even more. This chain reaction of increasing spending and income is what fuels economic expansions. It makes us feel richer, and it pushes asset prices like houses and stocks higher. But this can't go on forever. This credit-driven growth creates the first of two major cycles. The short-term debt cycle. As credit flows freely, spending outpaces the production of goods, and inflation begins to creep up. The central bank, seeing prices rise, steps on the brake by raising interest rates. Borrowing becomes more expensive. People and businesses pull back. Spending slows. Incomes fall. And we enter a recession. To cure the recession, the central bank lowers rates again, and the cycle starts anew. This short-term cycle lasts about 5 to 8 years. Now, here's the crucial part. Over a lifetime, people have a tendency to take on more and more debt. We like to spend, and we're optimistic about the future. So, with each short-term cycle, the overall debt level in the economy ratchets up. This leads to the long-term debt cycle, which plays out over 50 to 75 years. For decades, this seems fine. Incomes are generally rising, and asset values are going up. But eventually, we reach a tipping point. The debt burden becomes so large that the cost of servicing it starts to grow faster than people's incomes. This is the wall. This is the deleveraging. The deleveraging is a dangerous and painful period. It's different from a recession. Interest rates are already near zero and can't go lower. So the central bank's usual medicine doesn't work. People, businesses, and even governments are forced to cut spending drastically to pay down their debts. But because one person's spending is another's income, this mass austerity causes incomes to collapse even faster than debt is being repaid. The debt burden actually gets worse. This is when the four tools of deleveraging come into play. First, everyone cuts spending. Second, debts are massively reduced through defaults and restructuring. Third, wealth is redistributed through higher taxes as governments struggle. And fourth, the central bank is forced to print enormous amounts of new money. This is the most perilous moment. If not handled correctly, it can lead to a deep depression and social unrest. But if the central bank and government work in perfect harmony, they can orchestrate a beautiful deleveraging. They must carefully balance deficit spending and money printing to boost incomes just enough so that income growth outpaces the interest on the debt, gradually easing the burden without triggering runaway inflation. After this painful but necessary process, which can take a decade, the economy finally emerges healthy. The debt burden is lower, and the foundation is laid for a new long-term cycle to begin. So, what does this mean for you? It all boils down to 3 simple rules. First, never let your debt grow faster than your income, or the weight of it will eventually crush you. Second, don't let your income grow faster than your productivity, or you'll become uncompetitive. And third, above all else, do everything in your power to raise your productivity, because in the long run, that's what truly determines your success. The economic machine doesn't have to be a mystery. Understand these cycles. Manage your part in them, And you'll not only survive the inevitable ups and downs, you'll thrive through them.
Woo!
Where do you think we are in the long-term debt cycle today? Share your thoughts in the comments. If this clarified the world for you, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.